Good morning, world. I am sorry again that it's been a very long time since you've heard from me. As you can probably see, it looks really early. I've made some lifestyle choices because I'm getting old. So I now get up at 5 a.m. I go for a 1 mile run, which is just great. And I then have some smoked salmon and scrambled eggs for breakfast. And then if I've got the opportunity, I will go to the gym. And I've changed my diet completely to a whole food diet, so nothing processed. I've completely cut sugar out now. It's taken me years to do it. I'll be honest, it's easier kicking drugs than it is kicking sugar. But I've managed that. And yeah, just trying to look after myself a bit more because I'm getting old. I have had a lot of health problems. I don't want any more. So where am I at with everything else? Well, I was working for British Gas. It was an alright job. Pay was okay. But just the sheer volume of work that I was having to do. Like when I was a young man, it wasn't an issue. I could do 14, 15 hours a day. Go 12 properties. But, I just can't do it anymore. That's not me flaking out. It's just not. It's come to a point you think, am I going to end up falling asleep at the wheel? Which is potentially what happened when I had my accident. I don't know what happened that day, but I think potentially I might have fallen asleep. So I don't want that to happen again. So I'm just literally working for myself now. So there are companies that I contract for that basically they tout work, they do ad campaigns and everything. They charge exorbitant fees, but that's nothing to do with me. And they pitch the work out, you accept it. Essentially, it's then your job, but they take payment, and basically the money's split down the middle. It's pretty good money, to be fair. And I'm trying to get in with some insurance companies. So I've done some applications to HomeServe. I'm trying to get in with Admiral and Direct Line as well. And if I can get the volume of work, I'm hoping within a year I'm going to be in a position that I'll be able to start employing people, and I'll be able to take more of a back seat and not be crawling around on my hands and knees on the tools anymore, because I've done it all my life. And like I say, I'm approaching my mid-40s and I don't want to be crawling around on my hands and knees anymore. So yeah, that's where we are with work. Hang on, I've just got to tuck my shoelace in 1 second. There was a development that I had mentioned, but I hadn't gone into detail. And I'm going to sort of just give you a little gist of it now, but I'll give you more details to come. So, some of you remember there was a guy that contacted me that was homeless. I've got to be careful with names at the minute because I just need to wait for this all to be finalised. But it's just say it began with a J, and he'd contacted me and he wanted help, and I got him help. And then I was approached by someone who wanted to help him, and I thought long and hard about this, because I thought to myself, I want to make sure that this is the right person, and essentially it's on me. If I vouch for this guy and it turns out that he's a knob, personally to me that feels like that's on me. So got him the flat, got him all his white goods, everything, And guy's just fucking hopeless. You know what I mean? I ended up losing my rag with him because he's just pathetic, just wet and just pathetic. And I can't believe for 1 second that he was homeless for very long, because no way a guy like that would have survived, because he's just no savvy, just thick. And I don't mean that horribly, I mean thick in the sense of, you know, common sense. So I got him the flat. He ended up getting a dog. Bearing in mind, it's my friend that's guaranteed all this, and I vouched for it to my friend for it. He's got a dog, which I've got a problem with getting a dog, but the guy can't look after himself. He can't look after a fucking dog. And ended up, it's just dog shit all over the place. And knew something was up, because I've seen enough throughout my life that I knew something was going on, that, you know, he had people in there selling drugs or whatever, yeah. And but he would never come clean about it, and always said to him, look, if there's a problem, just tell us, we'll sort it out. You know, if he's got some stupid kids in there shot in drugs, there's no biggie on me to go in there and tell them to leave. But no, he'd never come clean. And then he decided, well after a year, that he was going to leave, and he was going to go and live in the woods. What a brilliant idea. You've been given a flat, you've been given everything you need, and you're going to go and live in the woods. And you think you're going to survive. Yeah. So I just, fuck it, let him get on with it. I mean, when he got this flat, they was, oh yeah, I'll get a job, all that, yeah. Didn't do shit. Literally didn't do shit. Just getting off his nut all the time. Literally off his nut all the time, yeah. And this isn't because he's an addict, because there's a difference between people who are addicts and people who just want to get wrecked. You know, not an addict, just wants to get off his nut. So yeah, the place is fucking full of scumbags. And anyway, so it comes to when he's left, and he's cracks me up, this line. He's going on about the deposit, yeah, and he goes, oh, you know, landlords, they'll pick any excuse not to give you your deposit back. Get in the flat. The guy's, in the year that he's been in there, and there is a video of this that I will put up so you can see the extent of it. The guy has never used a bin. Never. Just rubbish. Everywhere. Cost thousands to get this rubbish taken away. Place is just all smashed up. Heaters are all kicked in. Kitchen floor, the dog's ruined it. Carpets covered in piss, shit, you name it, yeah. And like, I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, you know, he's been sleeping in here, like, I turned my stomach, and he'd had people staying there, sleeping in there. And incidentally, one of the people, I will say this because I think this guy needs to be called out. One of the people that was staying there was a drug and alcohol worker, because like they left loads of stuff behind, so you know, I'm nosy, had a look. One of the people was a drug and alcohol worker. His name was Danny Nichols. So he obviously preys on vulnerable people. Got a job in the drug and alcohol services to prey on vulnerable people, whilst being a drug and alcohol worker, sat in a crack den, doing drugs and alcohol. Fucking disgusting, isn't it? Really is. Makes you wonder about this world. So these are some of the reasons why you haven't really heard from me, because it's been a lot of work to get this flat back to a standard where it can be handed back to the landlord. Because at the end of the day, that is someone's investment. Like, yeah, he could just walk away from it and be like, oh, ain't a problem. But that's not fair, you don't do that. It's cost a fortune. And I'm so upset that I vouched for this guy and that it's done this to my friend. The stress it's put on my friend, the amount of work my friend's had to put in, the amount of work I've had to put in as well. And it, you know what I mean, that could have gone to someone else, that help, someone that would have made something for themselves, someone who deserved it. Because I was in the same situation, exactly the same situation, and I had a lot of demons I had to battle, which I have. But you know, I'm growing my business. I've got massive pride in my home. You know, that is my home. I'm immensely house proud. So same situation. Yet he did that. It upsets me a bit really, because like I say, that help could have gone to someone who deserved it. But I can't unring that bell, as I say. So that's where we're at anyway. I will, like I say, once everything's finalised, the keys have gone back to the landlord and they're happy with everything, you know, I'll give you the before and the afters of this place. And, you know, there'll be some more details in the actual story of it. Yeah. I hope everyone's good though. Like I say, I am sorry I haven't heard from me. It's just been a bit stressful. I feel a lot better in myself. Oh, funny one for you, I know. I'm doing this whole online dating malarkey again, yeah. Which at my age, it's a bit of a minefield. So I get chatting to this girl. Well, girl, she's my age, in her 40s. She's from Liverpool. Talk to her on the phone and that. Everything's good. And like, she'd made this point on her profile that if she messages someone and they don't respond in 24 hours, that she'll block them because she doesn't want to be messed around. She's tired of being messed around. And I thought, you're a bit precious, love, but all right. So anyway, I talked to everything, and then 29th of April rolled around, and for those of you that know me, you'll know that 29th of April is like a very significant day for me. It's a day that I lost my best friend. It's the first day that I ever experienced loss in my life. First time I ever knew someone die. Like, I don't have family or anything, so that was like losing family. It's the first time I ever experienced it. So the 29th of April was always a hard day for me. So 29th had rolled round, and I spoke to her the day before, and we'd made arrangements to go out on the 30th. So she's messaging me on the 29th, and I'm not talking to anyone on the 29th. Don't want to know. No matter who messages me, I ain't talking to them. And then like I get all this, I guess you're not interested then. It would have just been nice if you could have let me know. Like, what the hell? So anyway, next day, I rang her up and I was like, oh, I'll be straight with you. And I told her the reason why. And she was like, okay, no, fair enough, right. Now, I need to digress a bit here. So I've been talking to her. She's got 3 kids. Boys, right? So we're talking about them. And so anyway, I was supposed to be meeting up with her. And then she sends me a text and she says she's got to pick her daughter up from school because her daughter's ill. So she won't be able to make it today. And I thought, you ain't got a daughter. Didn't say anything. But I thought, oh, okay. And then a few hours later, I get the Dear John that I'm a lovely bloke, all of this shit, yeah. But she's not ready for a relationship or anything. There'd be no mention of a relationship. I was just going to meet up and go on a date, yeah. And I thought, nah, fuck it, I'm going to bite here. So I did. I was nothing horrible. I just said, like, you make a right song and dance about not wanting to be messed around, yet you text me a complete bullshit lie saying your daughter's ill when you ain't got a daughter. You got 3 sons, we've already spoke about them, and you've messed me around. I said, that's not what bothers me. I say, what bothers me and insults me is the fact that you think I'm stupid the fact that you said your daughter, when we've already discussed that you've only got sons. I said, that insults me, that does. That you obviously think you're smart, and clearly you're not. Didn't like that one bit, but I blocked her. But yeah, it's just the minefield of online dating, so can't really be asked of it anymore. Whilst we're here, because I'm just wandering through the town and doing this is really sad, this is. You look at this. They're both killed in an IRA bomb. Horrible, isn't it? Anyway, bit of a somber note to finish on. I been working on a song on the guitar, which I'm going to go home and record and play for you, because Dave and I are going to be doing quite a bit of music soon. So I'll show you this song that I've been working on. No, I'm not going to be singing, but I'll show you the song. Anyway, big love, and we'll chat soon. Bye.